The Supreme Court has ruled that affirmative action is a violation of the 14th Amendment and therefore unconstitutional. The majority opinion was penned by Justice Roberts, and it goes through the judicial history of striking down race-based state actions, starting with Brown v. Board of Education, which declared that the right to a public education must be made available to all on equal terms. And then they discussed ending segregation in busing, bathhouses, public beaches, golf courses, neighborhoods, and then marriage in Loving v. Virginia, because as the court said in this opinion, the 14th Amendment proscribes all invidious racial discriminations. Invidious, meaning unfair, unjust, unpleasant. And then the court said that any race-based decisions must survive strict scrutiny, meaning that the government has a compelling interest, and then the action is narrowly tailored to achieve that interest. In plain language, what the Supreme Court said is that being intentional about achieving diversity in our colleges and universities is offensive. Let me get more concrete than that. A medical school trying to ensure that more Black doctors graduate, especially in the wake of high rates of Black maternal and infant mortality, high rates of racist healthcare practices. They said that is as bad as not letting Black people ride the same buses as white people. The Supreme Court has said that getting more Black and brown teachers, lawyers, and psychologists in those fields is as bad as banning interracial marriage. They have compared getting minorities into college at higher rates, but still lower rates than white legacies, to segregation. They have said that the government does not have a compelling enough interest to right decades of wrongs by giving minority students a nudge in the lobby when everybody else is already at the penthouse. As a matter of fact, this opinion stressed that no matter how compelling affirmative action might be, it's dangerous. They used that word, dangerous, to describe ensuring that minorities are educated. The court said that 20 years later, no end of affirmative action is in sight, but rather than acknowledge that as an indication of the long road ahead to undo decades of racial injustice, the court determined that affirmative action is invidious. I'm a Black lawyer. Fewer than 5% of lawyers in this country are Black. White men are overwhelmingly represented as the people who make the laws that govern your rights, your liberty, your lives. And white women, I want you to pay attention, because you were actually the group most benefited by affirmative action. Last year, they took away your right to bodily autonomy too. You're affected too. And these white male lawmakers want you to be as uneducated, barefoot, and pregnant as the Black and brown women next to you. Lack of diversity hurts all of us. And the Supreme Court's decision today will only hurt us more.